And one day I had like this project manager in tears because she said, well, we can't deliver that, and I do not know how to do that. The CFO, all she had to say was, that's not going to be the last project that has a bad profitability. I was like, hang on a minute, that was sort of not the core of my message. We have here devastated people. And that sort of was what showed me that I wanted to work more with humans than with numbers. And that was sort of one key moment. And then also another key moment for me was that the environment that I was in sort of was really misalignment, and my role was a misalignment, but I was a high achiever, right? And it was like, this has to be achieved, and I want to be CFO, and I have this vision for my career, and this is what it has to be, and I'm so determined I'm gonna make it there. And it was all like with a lot of inner pressure that I had put myself under, and that was also working on my brain. And then I trained for the half marathon, and and I have to achieve and stuff. And then I had this sort of key moment after the project manager was in tears, right? And it was like a week later or so. And I wanted to go to my sports physician to like do tests for my running, and then I couldn't find the address. So I was really sort of, my mind went completely blank. And I said, okay, well, this is sort of what this whole thing is doing to me. Like, it's sucking me dry. It's depleting also my cognitive energy, right? And I thought, okay, this isn't right. And then I left. It was a Thursday, and I left that office on a Thursday and never went back. And from there, then sort of 6 months of coaching followed, and I realized the path that I wanted to be on, and a lot of reflection. I went back to uni and sort of did still the management piece of it, and masters in business administration, org development, of how can we set up organizations better than we're doing it now. And the
Mm.
other big piece was I started with coaching. I started my coaching diploma, and then off the back of that, did some psychotherapy training as well, and hypnotherapy training back in Austria. And then yeah, started in a consulting company where it was around change management and bringing people on a journey and large scale transformations. And then I did that for 10 years roughly, like 9 years. And then started my own business, going back to that core of working with people, and also having even more of a focus now on working with high achievers who doubt themselves.
Yeah. I love that story, and I love how you're demonstrating how your brain can just short circuit and go, no, we're we're not doing this. Yeah, and just and so for me, when that has happened, I know now through all the learning I've done and the growing and the podcast and all the different things working with you, I understand that better. But I remember in the beginning, for me, that was a real hit on my self-esteem because I thought something was wrong with me. Do you get a lot of people like that, or, because it does seem like, what is wrong with me? I can't even deal, and I want to be this great
Yeah.
high achiever leader. How could I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I do get that. And I was thinking the same. I thought, I'm not good enough for this. Yeah. So it's quite, I do hear that a fair bit. And I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. That when a situation isn't right, we sort of don't always look at what are all the factors involved, but it's, we take it on us. So if we can't get a job we want, or we can't get promoted, or we can't lead the team we want, or the project we want is not a success. It's more like, what have I done wrong? And while there is always something to learn, yeah, and I'm not swiping it away by any means. There's always something to learn, but there are other components. So yes, I have a component in this. And what are all the other factors, like the role, the experience set, the skill set that you may need, and other people that are involved that might work against something out of their very maybe valid reasons, and the economic situations. Like, there's so many factors involved, and that's also what stress does, is it narrows the view, and then we revert to, oh, it's wrong, it's something wrong with me. Well, there might be five other factors, and it's rarely that it's really just one factor and that's only you. Yes, there might be part of it, but what are all the other parts?